Hey guys, today's episode is for my cruise lovers. Yes, guys, we're diving into what are the top five differences between cruising Europe versus cruising the Americas. Yes, it's gonna be an exciting episode today. That is what we're gonna be discussing. I am ecstatic to discuss the contrast. We're gonna be discussing from cultural vibes to food, excursions, and even the length of the trips as well. You're going to walk away knowing exactly what makes each side of the ocean unique, guys. Yes, we're going to dive right into it. Okay, and welcome back to Island Vacation Travel Podcast. So, I want to go ahead, guys, and thank everybody for the continued support that we are seeing on the channel. Very ecstatic about it. Keep on liking, sharing, and subscribe. I look forward to making some more podcasts. And if you want to continue seeing episodes like that with better equipment, better everything, support the podcast. Now, today we are going to talk about the best travel. Well, that's what we discuss here every day, from island getaways to cruise life and beyond, all that kind of good stuff we discuss here. Now, whether you're dreaming of your first vacation or you're a seasoned traveler, I'm here to help you plan smarter, travel further, and have a lot of fun in the sun while you do it. Right? Now, cruising might feel like the same experience no matter where you actually sail. But trust me on that. Europe and the Americas offer two very, very different flavors of adventure. I had to find out myself. Let's break it down. Today, we're going to break down the top five differences that really stand out when you set sail either side of the Atlantic. We're going to start off first. First difference. First, number one, cruise length. In the Americas, cruises are built around, I would say, convenience. Yeah, 3 to 7 days of sunshine, quick escapes, and it's perfect for like fitting into the busy schedule that everyone has. This work atmosphere, right? This rat race. On the other hand, Europe cruises usually run much longer, also vacation longer, right? Often 7 to 14 days or even more compared to 37 from the Americas. So that's one of the difference right there. I remember how the different pace felt when I cruised in Europe. Yeah, it wasn't a sprint, I'll tell you that much. It was more like a slow, cool, enjoyable journey with time to soak in every single port that we went to. That's why I kind of enjoyed it more. So let me ask you, do you prefer quick fashion getaways or the slower, immersive trips that let you really settle into the experience and enjoy the place, get a little bit of the beauty of the place? Both offer incredible ways to travel, I must admit, but experiences the experience you're after will shape which side of the Atlantic is right for you. Yeah, that's how you kind of gauge it. And that's what we're going to discuss today. That's what we're actually going to go into before we sail into difference number two. I want to remind you, if you're planning a trip, right, for 2025, 2026, because we already done the fourth quarter of 2025, visit www.islandvacays.com. You can book your own travel with our affiliate link, shop our Island Vacation Travel store, for fun gear. And also, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, right? So you never miss our travel deals and podcast updates. That's www.islandvacays.com. Our app, actually, guys, is coming soon. I'm letting the cat out the bag. It's just how we have fun in the sun, right? Now, next we have number 2 on the list, destination and culture. That's another major difference. Yeah, it's a major difference in contrast between the 2 destinations. The types of destination cultures, you get different experiences from either one, right? So let's just go into it a little bit more. In the Americas, cruises usually revolve around like beaches, islands, of course, endless sunshine. We love the sunshine. And of course, party. Yes. Places like Bahamas, Jamaica, Cozumel, St. Lucia, Turks and Caicos, Antigua, just to name a few. Where the vibes is all about relaxation and fun in the sun. That's why we like it down there. That's why that's the bunch of our business, right? Now, in Europe, though, a single trip can take you through multiple countries, cultures, and also histories. So that's what's really intriguing about cruising in Europe versus America. Imagine starting in Rome, right? Then waking up in Barcelona and a few days later exploring Santorini. That was my life at a point in time. Yeah. It was fast, man. I'll never forget the contrast between enjoying tapas and sangria in Spain. Sipping some good old rum punch in St. Lucia, right? 2 incredible moments, but such different contrasts and flavors, right? So it's just the islands is one thing. Europe is like a history tour, right? Because of course you know of the history, which we'll be talking about a little bit more. So let me ask you guys, what excites you more on a cruise? Soaking up the culture of each destination that you actually go to, or just kicking back on those warm island beaches and, just saying everything airy and drinking some good old rum? Nothing's wrong with either, right? Difference number 3, excursions and experiences. When it comes to excursions, the differences really stand out. In Americas, most activities are geared towards adventure and fun. It's just how it is, right? Whether it's snorkeling in turquoise waters or even in lakes as well, zip lining through the jungle or over different forests or nature reserves and stuff, or just spending the day on the beach. Beautiful beach day. It's one of the most enjoyable things that people do when they go to the Caribbean, right? Europe, on the other hand, leans more into culture and history, and we keep reiterating that, right? Because that's all it's all about, right? Remember, they conquered the world, right? Capitalism. So you'll find yourself touring world-famous museums, stepping inside a centuries-old cathedrals, or savoring wine at a vineyard that's been in probably family-owned for generations. It's the kind of like bucket list contrast, really. Yeah. Now, do you want to check out swimming with the dolphins in Cozumel or walking through the Vatican in Rome? Yeah. Most of them are unforgettable, but in total different ways. Yeah. Very, very, very different ways, as a matter of fact. So there's my question to you. What's the most unforgettable excursions you've ever taken? I've had some pretty interesting excursions and some amazing excursions that I'll never forget. Let me know, what are your unforgettable excursions that you've been on vacation, family vacations, cruises, whatever it is. Leave it in the comments. We want to hear about it, right? Now, quick pause. Travelers, if you're enjoying the podcast, don't forget to follow us or subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you actually listen to your podcast, because I know people listen to it different ways. And hey, Share this with a fellow cruise lover. Please, please, please. Or someone who works on a cruise ship, right? Or a travel agent. The more, the merrier on this journey, guys. Yes. Now, difference number 4. Food and dining. Food is another big difference you'll notice between cruising in the Americas versus Europe. And I know you'll let me say the Caribbean and we say the Americas, guys, because the Americas is the entire Western hemisphere of the world. That's from Chile coming all the way up to Alaska. Caribbean, everybody, that's the Americas. And then Europe is on the other side, right? And then I want you all to know that we're not forgetting the other continents. So soon we will be diving into Africa. Yes, right? Because we want to encourage that. Yeah. So, like I was saying, food is another big difference. And you'll notice it like between cruising in the Americas versus Europe. The Americas, I think people tend to spot like casual favorites like burgers by the pool, all you can eat buffets. Also, a taste of Caribbean flavor like jerk chicken, conch fritters, stewed chicken, escovitch fish, and the list goes on. Lobsters, oxtails. You know, we have a lot of stuff, savory food that we eat in the Caribbean, right? Rotis. Yes. Now, in Europe, though, food becomes part of the cultural journey. Fresh seafood, and there is fresh seafood, of course, in the Caribbean and the whole of Mexico and all those places. So we're not going to say like there's no fresh seafood there. But fresh seafood in Greece, handmade pasta in Italy, local wines in France, and of course, gelato around every corner. I still remember one afternoon in Rome after a long day of sightseeing, cooling down with an authentic Italian gelato. Yeah, it's not just dessert. It was part of the experience. We're getting a chance to enjoy part of the cultural experience in town. And yep, it was amazing. Yeah, that was a long time ago. So let me throw this one onto you. What's the best food you've ever had while traveling? Hey, what's the best food? I ask you, what's the best store you've taken? What's the best food? What's the best thing you've ever tasted while you're on vacation? And I think mine would be, oh, man, I got a lot of good stuff I like. I like ceviche, of course, all the different, too much. I did conch in the Caribbean, in the Bahamas, but mine, I think they put pineapples and stuff. Okay, let's just stop there. Yeah. Now, guys, Island Vacation Travel Podcast is powered by Island Vacation Travel Agency, LC. If you're a small business and your travel planners or just looking for your next big vacation or small vacation as well, we've got you covered. Head to islandvacays.com. That's ISLANDVACAS.com. For planning your dream trip. It's just one click away. Yeah. Guys, number 5 on the list, atmosphere and vibe. The overall atmosphere on board can feel completely different depending on where you cruise. In the Americas, ships often carry a casual, family-friendly, and energetic vibe. Yeah, party vibe. Think lively, poolside games, kid-friendly, kid-friendly activities all around, kids running around, and big deck parties that go late into the night. And that's not all ships. Let me not put that out there. It's not all ships, because some ships are actually cozy and sophisticated. In Europe, the mood tends to be shift to more, I would say, more romance, slower pace, and culture as well. Instead of late night dance-offs, you might find yourself strolling through a quiet European port or walking along somewhere in the evening or enjoying a glass of wine on a deck while watching the sunset over the Mediterranean or in Greece or something like that, right? It's just good vibes. The atmosphere kind of like brings that out of your travel to Europe. For me, the contrast between high energy Caribbean deck parties and peaceful evenings along the French Riviera coast really stood out. So tell me, when you picture your ideal cruise, which vibe actually fits your personality better? Tell us. We want to know. Very important. You don't just jump on any cruise. Which one fits your personality? Now, guys, don't forget our island vacation travel store has fun travel tees, tote bags, and accessories. Perfect for your next cruise or beach day. Check it out at islandvacays.com. Your support helps this podcast. We're staying strong. Yeah. Now, guys, I will go for the final difference, right? Cost and value. Yeah, let's talk about the cost. Caribbean and American cruises often have like attractive base fares, I must say. But extras like excursions and drinks can actually add up, run up such a check if you don't check it and you don't have like a drinks package. European cruises, on the other hand, while pricier upfront, usually include more cultural value in the destinations themselves. Also, you can get flights included with certain cruise lines. Yes, or you get credits towards the flight as well. You're paying for the access to the world-class cities and historic sites. That's pretty much what you're doing. Personally, I found the investment in Europe worth every penny because the experiences extended beyond the ship. I could tell you that firsthand. I use certain things that I learned in Europe, experienced in Europe in my everyday life. But I've also loved how budget friendly a quick Bahamas getaway could be. You best believe that, right? So, the best of both worlds. So, here's the big question. When you cruise, are you focused more on keeping it affordable or maximizing the value of the overall experience? Which one is it, right? I'm leaving this question with you guys. All right, travelers. That's a wrap for today's episode of Island Vacation Travel Podcast. We've gone ahead and covered the 5 top differences between cruising in Europe versus cruising in the Americas, right? From cruise length to food to excursions to overall vibes. We discussed all this. Here's the takeaway. There's no wrong choice, guys. There is no wrong or right choice. You enjoy it all. Europe offers depth, culture, and history. The Americas give you sunshine, adventure, and relaxation, right? And both will leave you with memories to last a lifetime, right? Remember, the history in Europe came from what happened in the Americas. Just remember, food for thought. Now, guys, don't forget to subscribe, share, and join me on islandvacays.com. That's islandvacas.com for affiliate bookings, blog posts, also our travel store, and the newsletter. Until next time, guys, I'll Delogen reminding you, Island Vacation, it's how we have fun in the sun. Yeah. Safe travels, everyone. And see you next week as we discuss yet another episode. Ciao.